everyone, welcome to Aventis free webinar on mastering Microsoft Office 2016 tips and tricks to improve your productivity. Before we start, I'll just take a few minutes to briefly introduce myself. My name is Valene Ang, and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer specialized in Microsoft Office subject matter. I've been involved in IT training for about 23 years, and I enjoy my job so much. I customize and write Microsoft Office training courses and deliver training, run classroom training, and webinar. In this 1.5 hours webinar, you will learn those features in Microsoft Office 2016 that could drastically improve your productivity at the workplace. I'm going to start with PowerPoint features such as recover unsafe presentations, customize quick access toolbar, insert dummy tags using commands, embed fonts in the files, insert shape and edit shape points, use shortcuts to duplicate objects, convert lists to smart art and ungroup smart art, using eyedropper tools to change text color, insert online pictures and remove picture background. Next, I'll walk you through a few Excel features, Microsoft Word features such as share documents to cloud, change new documents using pre-designed template, using tell me what you want to do features, smart lookup, insert add-ins from store, insert online pictures, setting picture layout options, and using navigation pane in long documents. Finally, I'll show you some useful features in Excel, such as quick analysis tools, insert recommended charts, formatting charts using chart tools, insert tables and slicer, insert recommended pivot table, and automatically group dates in pivot table. Okay, let me share my window. Microsoft Office 2016 has a useful features that allow us to recover unsafe file. If you have been kicked out of PowerPoint without saving your file, not to worry, there is a chance you could recover it. Click the File tab, then click the Open commands. All right. Go down to the right pane. You should see a button, Recover Unsafe Presentations. Click these buttons to launch the Open dialog box. This dialog box displays recovered copy of unsafe presentation in the unsafe files folder. You can click on the file name you see in this location to recover your file, okay, if there is any. Next, the quick access toolbar is at the upper left corner of the application window of all Microsoft Office programs. You can see the default icon here for different commands. And if you click the down arrow, go to More Commands, the PowerPoint option dialog box will open. So I'm going to add 2 additional comments to the quick access toolbar. Let's select comments not in the ribbon. And the first comment I'm going to add is quick prints. The quick print is handy as you can directly print with your default printers. Select the comment and click Add. So this will be added, the quick prints will be added here. And the next comment, I can actually remove it. So the next comments I'm going to add is the speak buttons. Add. So you notice that quick prints and the speak buttons is added to the quick access toolbar. So when I click on OK, you can click on the quick print buttons to print with your default printers. Okay, the speak selected text commands. So when I select the text, I would like PowerPoint to read it out for me. I just click on speak selected text. So to remove these additional comments from the quick access tools, you can click the arrow again, go to more comments. You can select the buttons on the right box and click remove, or you can reset only quick access toolbar to remove all the buttons and only left the default buttons. So click yes and click OK. So notice that additional buttons were removed and you only left the quick access toolbar with the default buttons. Okay, let me start a new slide. Sometimes it's handy if you have to insert dummy text automatically. So the tools for inserting dummy text become very useful. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to insert a text box. Go to the Insert text, click the text box commands, and draw horizontal text box. You can use the function lorem to generate dummy text. Type equal LOREM followed by parentheses. Press enter. So notice that this will generate dummy text into the text box. You can also insert some random text into the text box using another functions. Okay, let's insert another text box. Click Insert tab, text box, and draw horizontal text box. So I can use the function rand followed by parentheses, hit enter key. That will generate for me a default random text. Now, for rand function, you can even add option to specify the number of paragraphs or the number of sentences in each paragraph. Okay, let's draw another text box. So I can use rand functions for, comma, 3, close parentheses. Okay, so I'm going to create random text with 4 paragraphs and 3 sentences in each paragraph. One, two, three, four. Each paragraph should have 3 sentences. Now, if you need to work on someone else's computer and they don't have every font you use in your presentations, your slide will look odd. To prevent this issue, you could embed fonts in your PowerPoint presentations. To do this, click the File tab, go to the Options, Comments, open up PowerPoint Options dialog box. Click on the 6 options. Scroll down. Check the little checkbox. Set Embed Font in the file. You can choose Embed only the specific characters you use or embed all characters. Consider the first options if you just need to share the file with someone, while the second option is the best if you share the files and expect others to edit the text. So click OK buttons. Next feature I'm going to share with you is Shape Edit Points. Shape Edit Point is a powerful tool that allows you to make any kind of shape that you can think of. You can start by inserting a shape. Click Insert tab. Click the shape arrow. Just draw a shape. So you can start to edit the point by selecting the shape. Click on Edit Shape Commands at the Format tabs under Drawing Tools. Select Edit Points. This will show Edit Shape handle at the corner of the shape where you can drag them to reshape the object. You can even add new edit point. If you need to create more points, right-click on the shape border, select Add Points. So new edit point will be added, and you can continue to drag and reshape the object. So when you right-click, you can smooth the point. To create a curve. Okay, select Smooth Point. So after I've created the object, just click on it. You notice that edit point is removed. And in order to copy this shape, I'm going to show you a shortcut key, Ctrl D. We are going to duplicate the shape. So select the shape you want to copy, press Ctrl D. That will create a new copy, a duplicate copy. Drag the new shape to another locations. Subsequently, you just press your Ctrl D again. The shape will be duplicated with the same distance you move. Okay, so this is where duplicate shortcut helps you to align the copy object nicely on your slide. You can even move it down. Press Ctrl D, move the objects down, followed by a Ctrl D. This is how you duplicate objects. Okay. Smart Art is a great tool to insert graphics into your presentations. But do you know you can convert a list to a Smart Art and ungroup the Smart Art to break all the components out into separate items? So to convert a list to Smart Arts, you can start by selecting the list, right-click within the selections, so click on Convert or point to Convert to Smart Arts. You can choose a style from the list. For instance, I select vertical picture accent list. So this will convert a list into a Smart Art object. So right click on the Smart Art object, click the group comments, and I can ungroup the Smart Art object into separate components. So I'll click on the ungroup comments once, and you have to do it second time. Right click on the Smart Art object again, ungroup second time. So notice that the Smart Art is now separated into different components. You can move it around, and you can recolor the component if you want. The easiest way to color the object and text is using the eyedropper tools. If I want to color the text, I have to select the text, go to the Home tab, click the arrow next to font color, and select eyedropper. So you point to the color that you want to use and click to pick up the color. So the text is now using the brown color. As for the object, select the objects that you want to change color. Go to the Format tab under Drawing Tools. Click the Shape Fill Comments arrow. Select eyedropper. Point to the color you want to use and just click to pick up the color. So it automatically changed the text and the object to your selected colors. Now, PowerPoint 2016 comes with some of the great tools for editing photo or picture. So if I have a picture with background, I can easily remove the background using those tools. Select the picture, go to the Picture Tools, and click on the Format tab. So on the left of the ribbon, you should find Remove Background. Click Remove Background. It highlights in color all the areas to be removed from the selected image. You can adjust the area to include additional area. And then click the Keep Changes comments to remove the background. This object is without background. You can use the rotate 90 degrees, rotate left 90 degrees, flip vertical, flip horizontal commands to change the picture's orientations. On the Format tab, you will find Align Object Tools. So these two objects is not aligned. So hold Shift key, select both objects. Hold Shift key, click on both objects. Right, go back to the Format tab and point to the Align Objects comments. So I will select Align Left. So you notice that these two objects is aligned. Okay, now go back to the next two objects, hold Shift key and click on both objects. So this time I'm going to align right. So the object will be aligned on the right side. So when you select a Smart Art, you notice that some Smart Art tools will turn on. So Design tab contain those tools you can change Smart Art color. Click on Change Colors and you can make changes to the colors. You can even click one component within the Smart Art. Go to the Format tab and use your Shape Fill. Click on the Shape Fill drop down arrow and you can recolor the component using your selected color. If you want to change the design of your PowerPoint presentation, you can click on the Design tab and click on the theme. Okay. So you can get a design from the gallery. So you notice that entire presentations will apply the selected design, and the set of design including the slide background color, the font size, font colors, object colors, Smart Art colors, even the chart colors if you have chart in your presentations. Right, coming up next, I'm going to show you some useful features in Microsoft Word 2016. Let me just open my file. You can create a new document quickly using pre-designed template in Microsoft Word. So most of Microsoft templates are online. You can search and download when you need them. Okay. To download the template, click on File tab, select New. You can search and download the template by typing a keyword in the search box. So let's type business plan. You will get the topics display. So let's select business plan and click create buttons to download the template. You notice that this is a 16 pages template with the design, layouts, and some of the contents, objects, shapes, tables, if you want to keep this downloaded template as a template file which you can share, you can now save this file as Microsoft Word template. Click on the File tab, go to Save As, click Browse, select Word templates. So this will save the file as template inside Custom Office Templates folder. So click on Save. So I'm going to close this file because we are going to reuse the template. So to close file with a shortcut key, Ctrl W. So you'll notice that the file is closed. You can also click on the cross buttons located at the top right corner. Now, in order to use the template, we are going to File, New. So we are not going to open the template directly. So once you go to File, New, click on the second tab, Personal tab. When you save a custom template in template folder, this Personal tab will be displayed automatically. So in order to reuse the template you save, just double click. You notice that the template is open in a new document. And this is not the original template you saved just now. So you can use this to add your own information into the document and save as a normal Microsoft Word document. So if you want to share the document online, you can go to File, Share. You can share it, save to cloud, or you can even do a save as, save it to Dropbox or OneDrive, okay, instead of save it locally. In Microsoft Office 2016, there is this tell me what you want to do search box on every applications of Microsoft Office. So click inside the search box and you can type the commands you want to search. So you notice that the action list brings up insert smart art for me when I type smart art. So click on insert smart art. It will directly open choose a smart art graphics dialog box where I can select a smart art, click OK, create a smart art. Just a few clicks. Instead of you have to go to insert smart art. Microsoft Office also comes with a feature called Smart Lookup. Select the types you want to look up, right-click and select Smart Lookup. Smart Lookup is a feature that is available in all Office applications. It goes to the webs and look up the topics related to your selected text. So you can click on the topics that bring you to the webs. Let's close the pane. Now, Microsoft Office allows you to get and install add-ins. So in order to download and install the add-ins, you click on Insert tab, then select Get Add-ins. They'll bring you to the store. So you have to type the add-ins that you want to get. For instance, QR for Office. Hit enter. This brings up the apps that generate the QR code. Click Add buttons. And click Continue. Okay. Notice that the QR for Office task pane is open on the right side of the window. From the drop-down menu, you can choose a URL, a secure URL, or create a custom code. Okay, enter the URL you would like to create. Scroll down, the QR code is generated inside the preview box. You can change the color, change the background color, and change the size. Click Insert buttons to insert the QR code into the document. If you need some pictures in your document, you can go to Insert tab, click the Pictures arrow. You can insert picture from your local drive or insert online pictures. I'm going to insert online pictures. So inside the Insert Picture dialog box, type a keyword to search for the pictures. Say type a logo. So you'll get logo. Click on the logo. Select it and click Insert buttons. Okay, you can size the inserted logo. So when you insert a picture, you may notice that sometimes you might not be able to move the picture to the locations you wish to place the pictures. So this is because of the picture layout options is set to inline with pictures. You notice that the one that we insert from the web, the layout option is set to in front of text by default. So in this case, your picture is above the text. So click on the layout options. Choose inline with text. So you notice that this picture is now in line with text. When I move the picture, you move along the line. When I move it down, you will still move along your text line. So to change the layout of the text around the picture, I'm going to click on the layout options again, and I'm going to select square. So this will move the text and then make sure that the text is around the picture. So it's no longer in line with text. So this is a very useful tool to display the pictures in a group of text and to make sure the text wrapped around the pictures. Now you can also go to Picture Tools, click on the Format tabs, and click on the Wrap Text arrow. You will get the same layout options under Wrap Text comments. So I can do behind text. That will send the picture behind the text. I can change to top and bottoms. That will split the paragraph text into top and bottom, and you won't get text next to the pictures. The text will be separated to the top and to the bottoms. Microsoft Word is packed with features that improve usability and workflow efficiently. One of the great features is navigation pane. You can use it to navigate headings, search your document for text or object, and even easily recognize your document. So first, you need to display the navigation pane. Click on the View tab and check the little checkbox next to navigation pane. So the navigation pane will be displayed on the left-hand side of the window with the default heading tabs selected. So the pane shows headings, subheadings in your documents. All right, now take notes when you click on the heading in your documents, the style is heading style. So in order to make the navigation pane display the heading, you have to make sure all headings in your documents is formatted to heading style, either heading 1, 2, or 3. If text is in normal style or other style, it will not be displayed in these heading tabs. So when I click on the heading, it will navigate to the headings in your documents automatically. I can make use of these heading tabs to arrange my paragraph easily. This is one of the very useful features. Instead of you make use of cut and paste, so you can rearrange your documents contents easily, just drag and drop using these heading pins. You can navigate to specific heading easily just by clicking on the heading. Just be warned, when you delete a heading in the navigation pane, Word deletes all the text and objects under that heading, not just the heading paragraph itself. So it is used for removing whole section of your document. So Word also lets you drag and drop headings to recognize the section easily. This is just how I show you that you drag and drop this entire sections. And this is the collapse buttons. You can collapse and you can expand the paragraph. So the same collapse button can be found just next to the heading style You can collapse and you can expand. As long as the header is in heading style, you will find these collapse and expand buttons. If you click on the Pages tab, will display your document in page layout view. You can click on the page to navigate to specific page easily. For instance, page 7, click. Now I am in page 7. So if you use a search box at the top of the pane, type in, let's say, income. When you click on heading tab, it shows you there are 7 results in your document, right? Contain the keyword income. And on the heading pane, all the instances found will be highlighted. In your documents, the text will be highlighted. So to move to specific paragraph, you just click the heading on the heading tab. When you are at Pages tab, page 5, is selected. When you are on Result tab, you notice that all the result is displayed in a list. And you can also click on the list item to move to specific locations. So as long as all your heading in Microsoft Word's document is in heading style, you can even insert table of contents with just a few clicks. So let's go to this contents. Click on the References tab. Click on this table of contents. Okay, I'm not going to select from here, but I'm going to custom tables of contents. Okay, in table of content dialog box, you can choose to show page numbering, right align page numbering. The tab leader you can change. And you can choose the format of table of contents. Classic. You can display tab leaders. Or you can say we want a distinctive. You can change a different tab leaders. Okay. Show level of heading, 3 levels. So meaning it will show heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3 style. If in your document you are currently using these 3 different heading style. So when I click OK, you notice that table of content is now automatically inserted with the page number. Just delete this. So if you want to navigate to the header For instance, review of year result, you can hold Control key and click the link. That will allow you to navigate from table of contents to the header in your document. If you make changes to your documents, which result different page numbering, for instance, okay, I'm going to remove this empty page by pressing delete. So with this, I have less pages. So the index page is now in page 11. When I go back to my table of contents, okay, so you can see that it's still in the same page 11. Let's go and delete some of the pages. So now market forecast is on page 1. Okay. And finally, your last page is page 11. So I'm going to move this down to a new page. New relocation theme. I'm going to put it in a new page. So what I'm going to do is not pressing Enter key consecutively. You should insert a page break. So click Insert Page Break. So this will move this new paragraph to a new page. And when you scroll down and check, okay, page 7, page 8. So let's go and update the table of contents. Right click, update field. Because the page numbering is not going to automatically update to table of contents if there is a change in page numbering. So you go back to table of contents, right click and update field. Select update field. I'm going to update entire table, not only the page numbering. So select update entire tables. Okay, notice that because the smart art I created just now is using the heading star. So I'm going to remove the heading star from the smart art Arial. So let's move to the smart art Arial. This. So I'm going to select the entire smart art. Go to Home tab. You notice that because I inserted the smart art next to net income, and net income is heading star 3. Therefore, smart art is now using heading star 3. So to remove the heading star, I have to select the entire smart art and you go for other styles. Okay, any other star, normal star, we go use back the normal star. So when you select it, make sure it's no longer heading star once you select other star. So go all the way up to the table of contents. We are going to update field again. Update entire tables. You notice that the smart art is now no longer inside the tables. And all the tables page numbering will be displayed accurately For instance, review of year result is in page 5. So you should get it on page 5. This is a very useful features for you to create table of contents, navigate in long document. So try to make use of navigation pane as well as the table of contents. So these are all the tools I'm going to share with you in Microsoft Word 2016. Now let's start Excel 2016. Now, Excel 2016 comes with a lot of useful features that will improve your productivity at work. So let's start with one of those handy tools named Quick Analysis. So Excel Quick Analysis tools let you instantly add conditional formatting, insert charts, tables or pivot tables, calculate totals or running totals, and add small graphs called sparkline. So what I'm going to do is select the number I'm going to add conditional formatting, and I'm going to add data bar to all these numbers. So notice that you should be able to find a little icon display at the bottom right corner of the selected range. Click on the Quick Analysis Tools icon. You are able to apply conditional formatting, data bar, color scheme, icon set greater than top 10%. So we are going to start with data bar. So basically, we draw mini charts inside the cell. The highest value will be displayed as a full bar. Next, I'm going to use icon set. Again, you select the number, click the Quick Analysis commands, and then select icon set. So there are 3 different icon display on the left side of the value. Now, when you see the value turn into hashes, basically Excel tells you that the column width is too narrow to display the contents. So what we are going to do is we can auto fit the column width. Select C and D and just double click on the dividing line. These 3 icons is displayed based on the percentage of 67% and 33%. Red icon will be displayed next to the value, which is 33% and below. So what Excel will do is it will check the value in the selected area, find the highest value. You will calculate 33% out of this value. So if any value fall within the range, the red arrow will be displayed. Any value fall within the range above the range of 67%, the green arrow will be display. So the range in between 67 and 33, yellow arrow will be displayed. This is how Excel display icon set based on the value you selected. Next, I can even highlight certain value which is greater than the value I specified. So I select all the number again and go to Quick Analysis buttons. Select greater than. And you can define the value you want to use. For instance, I'm going to use greater than 700,000. And I can choose a color from the drop-down arrow. Let's select screen field with dark green text and click OK. So the value greater than 700K will be highlighted. Now, if I change the value, let me just type 7. The conditional formatting rules will update. And the cell will be highlighted in green color. Next, select the value. I can ask for highlight top 10% of my selected value. So 2 items is selected. The reason is top 10 selection will count how many value in the selected range. Okay, currently I select 28 numbers. Count 28. So the 10% of 28 number is 2 numbers. All right, 10% is 2 number. So top 10%, you will therefore highlight the highest 2 numbers in the value range for you. This is how Excel make use of this top 10%. Right, next, we move on to charting. So you notice that when you apply conditional formatting, the highlight area should not include header. But when you draw chart, you should include header. So you select entire table, or you can press Ctrl+A to select entire table quickly. Click on the Quick Analysis tools, and then go to the Chart tab. The second chart is the Chart tab. Now, Excel will recommend the best chart for the data you selected. So we are going to click on Clustered Column Chart. So you notice that you can get a chart created very quickly. Okay. Highlight duplicate data is not located in the default Quick Analysis tools. If you want to highlight duplicated data, you have to select the data and go to the Home tab, Conditional Formatting, Highlight Cell Rules, Duplicate Values Rules. So you can choose to even highlight unique value, either duplicate or unique value. So all the duplicated data is going to highlight in same color. You cannot set up, okay, 45 one color duplicated or 33 duplicated another color, okay? So this is how highlight duplicate value works. Okay, let's back to the charts. Now, when I have a 3-column data, okay, just now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 column. Excel recommend this chart is the best. What if now we have 3-column data? Go to the quick analysis tools, charts. Right, so you have a different set of charts. Let's go and select clustered bar chart. Feel free to select any charts from the list. Okay, finally, what if we have only 2-column data? Select the data and go on to the quick analysis buttons. Select chart tab. Okay, this time you can see pie chart. Because pie chart only used 2 columns data. And notice as well, you will pick up the chart title from the column heading. Whereas other charts just display an empty chart title, you have to enter the chart titles. How you make use of quick analysis for charting. So for all the charts, you can customize the chart using these 3 little chart tools. Start with chart elements, chart style, and chart filters. So notice that with these new chart tools, if you want to filter the charts, you don't even need to create a pivot chart, because now normal chart has a chart filters by default. So if I want to compare only Q1 and 3 data, I can just uncheck Q2, uncheck Q4, and go for apply filter. I would therefore only have 2 quarters with all the items. So if you want to display all the chart item again, click select all, and then click the apply buttons again. So this is how you apply chart filters. Next chart tools is chart style. Chart style allows you to quickly change the style of the chart and the color scheme of the chart. So when I select second style, you notice that it will turn all the data label into vertical alignments. If you go for other style, you will not have data label. So if I prefer data labels to be in vertical alignments, I will select style number 2. Next, you can change color scheme. Click on the color tab. I have 4 color full screen here. You can select the third one, color full scheme number 3. This is 4th one, so I prefer the 3rd one. Right, now look at the charts. Because the style tool align the chart data label to vertical, therefore the label is now overlapped with the legend. So what you need to do is size the plot area. So click inside the plot area, point to the size handle, and just drag to resize the plot areas. And finally, if you want to display the value again, you notice that star number 2 turn off the value on the left hand side. Star number 2 does not have the value. So we have to use chart elements to display the y-axis value again. Click the chart elements buttons. Click the more arrow buttons next to axis and check the box primary value vertical axis. Okay, primary vertical. So you notice that the vertical value axis is now displayed on the chart. Okay, let's go to total. For quick analysis, you can quickly calculate total sum without entering the functions. So click the analysis button, quick analysis buttons, go to the total tab and click sum. So this is a column total, so it goes to the bottom. You can repeat the same step, click the quick analysis buttons, go to the total and sum on the right hand side. Row total. So double click to auto fit the column. So you can have two different totals, a column total or a row total. Next, we can have percent of total. Using quick analysis tools, percent of total. You can even do a percent of totals vertically. So scroll, percent of total, vertical totals. So this is to show you that, okay, Q1 is 25.59% of the total percentage. So if you add up all these percentage, this is going to be 100%. So you know that each quarter occupied how many percent. Finally, a running total. A running total is going to add up this first row total placed here, and next is going to add up 2 rows total. The result is displayed here. It's going to add up the 3 rows total. The result is going to place here. So what you need to do, just select all the numbers, go to quick analysis tab, total, and go for running total on the right. The row running total. So click on running total. Okay, take a look, highlight. The answer is displayed here, the sum. Okay, 1872002, so it's the same. You select all the numbers on the first 2 rows, it should be 3948366. So the sum is 3948366. It all shows. So this is how you generate running total automatically. Now, in case you don't use this feature, you have to type these functions with an absolute in order to create running totals. Next, I'm going to convert this database into tables. So I can use quick analysis tools. Press Ctrl A to select entire database. At the bottom right corner, you should find quick analysis tools. Click on the quick analysis tools, go to the table tab. You'll notice that you can create either tables or pivot tables. So of course, I'm going to create tables first. Okay, so the tables will be created. and you will find Table Tools, Display, the Design tab, and the ribbon will be shown automatically. Click outside the table range, the tools is gone. So you have to click any cell within the table range in order to access the table tools. Now, Excel table allows you to use auto filters. But I'm going to introduce you a slicer. So a slicer can be used to filter the record in Excel tables. So click Insert Slicer on the Design tab under Table Tools. And I'm going to filter by product name, as well as market. I create two slicer filters. Click OK. Right. I can resize. So this is your market. So I can now click on the buttons to create filter. For instance, Canada. So I only have my Canada market, and I'm going to say monitor. To clear filter, simply click on clear filters. Clear filters. Okay, you can also filter only product name, printers. So you have all your printers products. And you notice that some of the markets name is now in dim because printer products is not in these few markets, okay, in your database records. To clear filters, just click clear filters. So Control A, select the table again. This time I'm going to create a pivot table. So go to the Table tab. You can choose any pivot table you would like to create by sales, by product names, right? So I'm going to use count of sales rep, sum of the sales. So I'm going to use the first one, sum of sales by product name. Once I click on it, you will be able to create a pivot table on a new worksheet. So the field list will be displayed automatically. And you can make changes to all these fields. So of course, on pivot tables, you can also add slicer. Click on Analyze tab. Under Pivot Table Tools, Insert Slicer. I'm going to use Market Slicer only because the pivot table is already based on product name. Okay, so I should have a different market. So I can now filter product based on markets. So just a few clicks, you are able to analyze your data, okay, easily. Next, how about line charts? When I select my entire data, if I draw a line chart, you notice that you can't even analyze your data at all. It's very messy. So for this reason, Excel gives us a very useful tool called Spotlight. So you select all the numbers, because Spotlight is not a chart, so the selection must not include heading. Select all numbers. Click on the last tab, Spotlight tabs. And just select Spotlight. So this is the line chart, which store in each individual cell, and the data is based on each row. Okay, let's move on to recommended pivot tables. So just now you use quick analysis tools to create pivot table. So what if now I have a database and I want a quick way to create a pivot table? You can therefore use insert recommended pivot tables. Go to insert tab. You have to select recommended pivot table. This is a very useful tool if you are new to pivot tables. What Excel does is it basically looks into the data and then it works out what is going to the best pivot tables to suggest to you. And you just select one of the options from the dialog box and click the OK button. So you have to select one cell within your data range, click recommended pivot table. So you notice that the recommended pivot table dialog box is displayed and Excel suggests all these pivot tables. So this time I'm going to draw a pivot table, sum of sales by markets. So I select the pivot table from the list and click OK. So this will create the pivot table on a new worksheet, and the field list will be displayed. Now, do not click outside the pivot table because you will lose the field list as well as the pivot table tools. So place your cell pointer in any cell within the pivot table range. So the pivot table field list and the pivot table tools will be displayed automatically. So if you want to make changes to the pivot table field, you can therefore drag the field down to these 4 drop zones: the filters, the columns, the rows, and the value. So I can bring product name to columns. You will get more information on your pivot tables. The pivot tables currently display sales by products and by markets. So I can even say I want to filter by sales rep. And therefore, report filter is a sales rep. If I select one sales rep, I will get only the sales rep for that market. I clear filters. Okay, so let's make changes on the field again. Instead of sales rep, I am going to filter by product name. And I'm going to remove markets. So this time, I'm going to filter by date. So let's move the date to the row area. So you'll notice that Excel pivot table automatically group the dates into years, quarters, and months. The month is stored in the date field. So additional group field will be created, named years and quarters. So by default, it will be displayed in years. You can expand to next level quarters and months by using the expand field and collapse fields buttons. Click the Analyze tab and select Expand Field. To expand to second level, click the Expand Fields one more time. You will expand to the last level, the month level. Now, I'm not quite like this layout. Therefore, I'm trying to compare the years side by side. Pivot table is a great tool for you to do data comparison. So what I need to do is I drag the years to the column area. Now I have my pivot table. Compare the year side by side with 4 quarters. Grand totals at the bottom. Okay, so if you want the subtotal display at the bottom of the group, you could change the subtotal's position, because currently the subtotal for quarter 1 is on top, the quarter 1 item is here. So to change the subtotal's location, you click on the Design tab. Click the subtotal arrows and select Show All Subtotal at Bottom of Group. So the subtotal is now moved from top of the group to the bottom of the group. Next, you might want to format the value in pivot table. Now, try to use number format instead of format cell, because if you use format cell, you basically need to highlight all the value in order to format. So I'm going to use a right click on one of the value, select number format. On the pivot table, you can have a number format. And now I select accounting. Click OK. Or just double click accounting style. So entire pivot table will be formatted to accounting style using number format instead of format cell. Finally, you might want to add a slicer to this pivot table. Let's go back to Analyze tab again. Insert slicer. Therefore, I can now choose to add a market slicer. Click OK. So when I click on California market, this will be the sales result for only California market for all the products. So I can even click on one product, let's say monitor. This is the result of California market product monitor for 4 quarters and 2 years results. So I can clear filters, and I can also clear filter from report filter by selecting all and OK. So most of the time you can choose to replace the report filter with a slicer if you prefer a slicer, because report filters you always need to click the drop down arrow, select the item and click OK. Whereas slicer is just a single click filters, just clear. Alright, we have come to the end of the webinar. Thank you for attending my webinar, and I hope this 1.5 hour session helps you to gain some useful tips and tricks that you can apply in your daily work to improve your productivity. Hope to see you again in my course. Bye.